Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Pablo, and welcome back to the channel. I'm bringing you guys another episode of the Collin Sexton MyCareer, and this is actually gonna be the final episode of this series. As you guys know, NBA 2K18 is out, and I'm gonna be bringing you guys a lot of new content for that, so stay tuned for that. But as far as this series goes, it's gonna be the final one. I'm gonna be wrapping up the season, showing you guys how we finish on the season, and then there's actually gonna be some gameplay at the end, so stay tuned. We're gonna be in a very pivotal playoff game, so I wanted to jump in, so stay tuned. Like I said, we're going to go through some of the awards, the stats, and then we're going to, like I said, jump into the playoffs, and then we're going to conclude this season. But look at the stats. We averaged 12 points on the season. We didn't get that many minutes, but what I felt like was really interesting was the per 36 minute stats. So we were able to really make a difference when we had minutes. And like I said in the previous episodes, I only jumped in a few games, so the majority of these stats were simulated. So through 36 minutes, per 36 minutes on this season, we averaged 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.7 assists. Over a steal a game, 1.3, and about 3 turnovers per game. So not that great, but shooting over 40% at about 437 or .437 from the field. So that's not too shabby, not too bad from the three as well. But we definitely want to get more assists on the season. I feel like Collin Sexton in the league, he'll get more assists than 2.8 per game. As the starters, what you guys just saw, I feel like he'll get more than that, and he'll probably be around there as far as the scoring goes. It depends on how Tyronn Lue takes it. If he starts the veterans early, I can totally see him with a stat line just like we saw in this My League. But we're looking at the rookie report. We're the 7th ranked rookie as far as the points per game. Or I'm sorry, not 7th ranked. We're 7th in the league in points per game on the season as far as the rookies go. And then we're also going to take a look next at the season awards. So let's take a look at who won Rookie of the Year. And it's going to be Stephen Curry, who won the MVP. So another MVP season for Steph Curry. So that's interesting to see. Even with all the other talent, he was able to pull out an MVP year. So kudos to him. I could totally see something like that happening in real life. And then as far as the Rookie of the Year, it's going to go to DeAndre Ayton. And I totally didn't expect to get that award because we weren't starting the entire season. But he was able to average almost 13 points, nearly 10 rebounds, and about an assist a game, and nearly 2 blocks. So a solid season for DeAndre Ayton. And Dennis Schroeder actually gets 6th Man of the Year in his first season with OKC, so that is interesting to see as well. So that could be a simulation prediction that is correct. I can see something like that happening because that is the role he'll have with the team. And Sabonis actually gets the most improved player of the year, so that would be a bold prediction. But who knows what'll happen next season. I mean, all of these players who get that award, you don't really see coming. That's why it's the most improved player. But for the rookie teams, we were not able to make the first rookie team, but we did make the second rookie team. So really nice job by Collin Sexton making a team, even though he came off of the bench for half of the year and was able to really bring up his stats once he was the starting point guard. But the most intriguing thing about this entire My League is that the Cavaliers finished with the 7th best record in the NBA. So they were the 7th best team in the league. So we're looking at their team stats to see where did that come from. I mean, I'm managing the team. I'm looking at the games. I'm wondering how they're winning these games. And then we get all the way down to the bench points. The Cleveland Cavaliers bench averaged nearly 50 points a game at 48.7. So that's very impressive. I'm not sure how many points is average in real life, but that is really good as far as bench depth. And we're going to take a look there. Anytime your bench can average 50 points a game, I feel like that's really good. So on our bench, though, we do have Nance at the 6th man, Rodney Hood also on the bench, and then they had George Hill coming off of the bench after his injury, and that's when Collin Sexton did take over, and we remained in the starting lineup. They also do have Kyle Korver, but To conclude the season, the Cleveland Cavaliers were 49-33, and that puts us up against the Chicago Bulls in the first round of the playoffs. We were the 4th seed, they were the 5th seed, so we'll have the home court advantage. But in game 1, that did not matter. I'm simulating all of these games until the next elimination game. But in this game, Collin Sexton barely contributed with 31 minutes, only 9 points on 4 for 12 shooting. And in game 2, we were able to bounce back as a team, but still Sexton only has 12 points on 3 for 8 shooting with 30 minutes. So that's a head scratcher right there, but we do get the W. And in game 3, we pull off another blowout victory. And this time it's Collin Sexton leading the Cavaliers in scoring 28 with 4 assists on 11 of 23 from the field, and then 4 from 9 from the arc. So nice game there. And in game 4, we actually win this game, so we're up 3-1 versus the Chicago Bulls, who have Jabari Parker, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and company. But they are able to bounce back and cut it to 3-2. In game 5, they pull off an 11-point victory. And we are on the road, and we take another L in game 6. So we cannot win a closeout game, and we are forced to play game 7. And you guys know I had to jump into this game, and I'll be right back with you guys for the finale of the Collin Sexton MyCareer.
In a series that will go the distance, they must bring all they can muster against the Chicago Bulls. It's game 7, round 1 of the NBA playoffs.
You can taste the excitement here in the Quicken Loans Arena. A hard-fought series. It will end here tonight. The deciding Game 7, Round 1 in the East. Happy to bring you all the action live on 2K Sports.
So you guys heard it. Everything is on the line right now. Collin Sexton may not have been the best rookie during the regular season, but we are determined to make him the best rookie during the postseason, as we are looking to perform in this game 7 and come away with our first postseason series victory. And we are getting started early with a 3-pointer, and we had a friendly bounce on that one. Next, we're finding the veteran J.R. Smith from beyond the arc for 3, and a nice savvy finish over Chris Dunn right there. So we're making a heavy impact on the offense as we're going in transition, and we're going to get an and one, drawing the foul on Chris Dunn. We go to the line, and we will convert that. So we have our fingerprints all over this game so far. And in the second quarter now, we are leading. Actually, we are tied up with that dunk, and then we are trailing now. We need to be brought back, and that's an and one, another one for Collin Sexton. So he's brought his A game in front of the home crowd, trying to close out the Bulls, but we get another tough finish in the paint right there. So before halftime, we were able to take the lead. We have 16 points at half, with 3 assists and 3 rebounds to go along with that. And this is going to be our second 3-point shot. And something to keep an eye on is Zach LaVine, as he had 27 points at half. So if we can't stop him, they'll be spoiling this home game 7 for us, as we have gotten a couple of assists. And we're going to hit a corner 3 this time. So 3 shots from beyond the arc. And we are all of a sudden up by 12 after we get a couple of nice assists and a corner 3. So we're getting the board up by 10, and once again we're finding J.R. Smith knocking down a 3. So we are playing very well in this game, as we're going to find Larry Nance in the paint for an easy lay-in, and we're gonna get another dump off to Larry Nance for the crazy slam. And we're just dishing the ball around at this point, as we're gonna find Kyle Korver for a nice mid-range shot right there. Not something you see a lot from him. And we're gonna get a very tough finish. Great finish by Collin Sexton. Nice crossover, get into the paint, and just bodying Chris Dunn. He can't do anything with Collin Sexton right now. And we're gonna dish this one beyond the arc to Kevin Love, and we are up by 20 points in this game. So I went out for a second, I came back, and the bench increased this lead to 20, and we were able to build on that, as we are getting the Jordan player of the game, as we are leading by 19 points. going into about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So this game is pretty much decided. So an excellent performance by Collin Sexton and the Cavaliers. And at this point, you have got to be having flashbacks of Kyrie Irving. If you're a Cavaliers fan watching this game, if something like this were to happen in real life, they definitely would be reminiscing on the days. But that will do it. The Cavaliers and Collin Sexton do win this series by a final score in Game 7 of 113-96, and a major performance by Collin Sexton. And Kevin Love had a nice game himself. They played very well together, and they will move on to the second round, where they'll face a very tough matchup. Even tougher than the Bulls is going to be the Toronto Raptors with Kawhi Leonard and company. So very interesting series there to see who comes out on top in that one. But we scored 31 points in 30 minutes with 13 assists. So we had our hands all over this game. We could have been more efficient shooting on 11 of 26, but that was okay. We got the job done. But some final words for this series. I definitely enjoy bringing you guys this. This got a lot of views, so I really appreciate the support I had on this series. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I have a ton more 2K content and NBA content coming for you guys. And to conclude the series, we do lose in 7 games to the Toronto Raptors. So as far as this My League is concerned, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a lot of potential. They brought the Chicago Bulls to 7 games. They were actually up 3-1 in that series, and then they came out and forced 7 games versus the Toronto Raptors. So definitely some potential there. So I really appreciate you guys enjoying this rookie season. What a great way to end it in Game 7 with a great performance, getting his first postseason series victory. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in another one later.